Did you know that 200 years after Alexander the Great died, a Greek king crossed the deadly Hindu Kush mountains and built cities with both Greek theaters and Buddhist temples? Meet Demetrius I, the forgotten ruler who created one of history's strangest kingdoms around 200 BC. While most people think Greek civilization stayed in the Mediterranean, Demetrius had bigger dreams. He led his armies through treacherous mountain passes into northwestern India, conquering lands no Greek had ever ruled. What he built there was absolutely wild. Picture this: cities where Greek philosophers debated next to Buddhist monks, where coins showed Greek gods on one side and Indian elephants on the other. His subjects spoke 3 different languages: Greek, Persian, and Sanskrit, yet somehow lived together peacefully. Archaeologists have found Greek-style gymnasiums standing right next to Buddhist stupas, art that mixed Greek sculpture techniques with Buddhist religious themes. This fusion civilization lasted for generations, spreading across Central Asia and proving that Alexander's cultural revolution didn't die with him. Demetrius created the easternmost Greek kingdom in history, and almost nobody knows about it. Did you know a circus performer once saved the entire Byzantine Empire from collapse? This is the incredible story of Theodora, who rose from the lowest rungs of society to become one of history's most powerful rulers. Born into poverty, Theodora worked as an actress and dancer in Constantinople's famous Hippodrome. In those days, actresses were considered little better than prostitutes living on society's margins. But Theodora was brilliant and ambitious. Everything changed when she caught the eye of Justinian, heir to the Byzantine throne. Their love story shocked the empire, a future emperor marrying a former circus performer. When Justinian became emperor, Theodora ruled beside him as his equal. Her greatest moment came during the deadly Anika riots of 532. With rebels storming the palace, Justinian's advisors begged him to flee the capital, but Theodora stood firm, reportedly declaring, "Purple makes a fine burial shroud," meaning she'd rather die as empress than live in exile. Her courage convinced Justinian to stay and fight. They crushed the rebellion, saved the empire, and Theodora went on to revolutionize women's rights across the Byzantine world. Did you know that one of Christianity's first saints committed genocide using birds? This is the terrifying story of Princess Olga of Kiev. In 945, the Drevlian tribe brutally murdered Olga's husband, Prince Igor. What happened next became one of history's most creative revenge campaigns. First, Drevlian envoys came asking Olga to marry their prince. She welcomed them warmly, then ordered her soldiers to bury them alive while they sat in their ceremonial boat. But Olga wasn't finished. She invited Drevlian nobles to a bathhouse feast. Once they were inside relaxing, she locked the doors and burned the building down with everyone trapped inside. Her masterpiece came during the siege of Iskorostan. After months of failed attacks, Olga made a strange request for tribute: just 3 pigeons and 3 sparrows from each house. The Drevlians thought they'd gotten off easy. Olga tied burning cloth to each bird and released them. The birds flew straight home, setting the entire wooden city ablaze. Thousands died in the inferno. The twist? This genocidal princess later converted to Christianity and became Saint Olga, Russia's first saint. Did you know that one of Christianity's greatest saints became famous partly because of his most spectacular military failure? In 1248, King Louis IX of France launched what would become the most disastrous crusade in history. Louis spent 4 years planning his holy war against Egypt, assembling 1,800 ships and a massive army. His crusade started brilliantly when he captured the strategic port city of Damietta with surprising ease. Victory seemed within reach, but then Louis made a fatal mistake. Against all military wisdom, he decided to march on Cairo during the Nile's flood season. His army trudged through swampy terrain as disease and starvation ravaged their ranks. Egyptian forces picked them apart piece by piece. The retreat became a nightmare. Louis himself was captured along with his entire noble army. The ransom was staggering: 400,000 livres plus returning Damietta. It was one of the most humiliating defeats in crusading history. Yet this very disaster helped earn Louis his sainthood. The Church saw his suffering as holy martyrdom, proving that sometimes the greatest failures can become the most unlikely victories.